Hey guys, it's Roger Moore here. Some of you may know me, most of you probably don't. People might know me as the operation manager or the visionary behind GL360. Now, I'm here with my good long time friend James, and we've been working this project for a number of years now.
Reverend James.
Rev James. Nah, but
James
Rev James anyway. Rev James. We've known each other for 11 years now, I believe.
Yeah, 2004, you said it?
Yeah, 2004, April. After the first volume of the Gospel Link magazine, James called me on my mobile phone, and yeah, linked up from there. We met in a classic restaurant.
Yeah, right. Mackie D's.
Mackie D's, man. I remember that, man. And we hit it from there. And I think one thing that people know, the Gospel Link magazine is all about music, but at the same time, yes, we want to bring across interviews and whatsoever, but at the same time, we developed GL Word.
Yeah. GL
Word we developed, and it evolved into into GL Word, and it moved into Decipher, and it moved into Decipher. Yeah. And and it's like, to be honest,
GL Word is just like articles for the magazine.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. And it's like, I think that people, I don't know if everyone realizes this is what it's all about, to be honest. The message, and now here we are now, going to another level. We're always trying to progress and get across. Sometimes it's our frustrations about what's going on and getting the message across, but James, he can explain all what this next stage is going to be all about with Decipher.
Well, I think, like you said, we started 11 years ago, and I rang you and I said, I want to write for the mag.
Yeah.
So started there, really.
Yeah, true.
Weren't necessarily articles on how would you say, the artists themselves, but an issue maybe about something of faith, or talking about something like that.
Yeah.
We did that for nearly up to 10 years. 2015, we're moving into 16 soon, so end of 2015 now.
Oh, true. Yeah.
So 2015 nearly done.
Yeah.
But for the year, I have been doing some meetings which are called Decipher.
Yeah.
And Decipher is really meetings held to try and answer some of the tough questions about faith. One of the ones we held was called Is Hell Fair? And I say we because it's me and another guy called Ian Martin who do it as well. And that's really just come out of our love for apologetics. Now, some of you may have heard of apologetics, some of you may not have. But it basically comes from the Greek word apologia that we find in the New Testament. So when it has a writer speaking of, he gave a defense, or we're asked to give a defense for the faith. That word there, defense, is actually a Greek word meaning apologia. And it's really just being able to answer people's questions and take away the reasons for them not engaging with our faith. And I've got a love for it. It's a very big part of evangelism. So I've been running those shops monthly by monthly when we can. We had another one called about why does a good God allow suffering. So we're really trying to jump in there with deep questions. Yeah. And I suppose the next stage of that now is we're still doing that, but we kind of changed the way we're delivering it and sharing it. Yeah. So now we're doing something called Decipher Shorts, which is a series of short videos giving short, quick answers to some of those same difficult questions. With the hope of getting it out there, and if people see it and they want us to come and do it at their community hall or in a school or Christian union, we'll come and engage them and discuss, have a Q&A about these particular topics. Could be a church youth group, could be anywhere. So that's what we're trying to do, is take that out, because we think that a lot of people are asking questions, but they're not necessarily being answered.
And that's where I see a lot of young people over the years have fallen. I've been around within church circles all my life, which is almost 4 decades.
Oh,
and
wow.
You know what I'm saying? So, oh my God, I had to expose my age.
Yes, bro. You getting on?
Yeah, I know, man. Cocoa butter's good, but now good lifestyle, guys. And but no, I think that on a serious note, that whether it's young people, whether it's artists as well, you find like their foundation is not grounded in truth. Rather than is it false truth or just something that sounds good, that's not quite the truth, which a cleverly put question throws them totally off.
You see, we've gone to another level now where with a generation that a lot of them don't even know if truth exists.
Yeah.
You know, they say, well, is there any such thing as truth? Which is very deep, and it's more like a philosophical question than, you know, theological one. So you have to kind of become a philosopher, and people are like, oh, well, that sounds a bit deep.
Yeah.
But they don't need to be scared of it, because to be honest, if you ask the big questions about where we're from or why we're here, and what's the purpose, you're starting to get philosophical anyway.
Yeah.
So we do it without thinking, but we just don't attach these big labels to it, which is why Decipher Shorts is trying to bring it to the layman, and, you know, people on the street, people who wouldn't consider themselves scholars, but who want to know this stuff. So going back to the whole thing about truth, there is such things as absolute truth, but we live in a generation where a lot of people just think, you know, if you believe that and I believe something else, it's fine.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of problems with that. Not here to unpick it, but that's where we are. So sometimes we have to take it and strip it and go right back to actually, let's define what truth is and if we can actually know it.
Okay.
So it sounds quite deep, but you know, what can I say? Sometimes it is what it is, you know, you can't just sugarcoat everything, you just have to go there with some things.
Yeah. So
that's where we are.
Man, you know, and I don't really, for me personally, from a GL perspective, yes, you know, we're all about community impact 100%, you know, and I think that it's a Christian duty to care about a community, but also it's a Christian duty to also to not bring our faith across in a, how can I say, in a way which is understandable and correct, you know what I mean, rather than it's not about control. You know, too often we're seeing in our community, within church circles, it's about control, it's about manipulation. I don't know if I'm allowed to say this on YouTube, but and I think
they can turn it off if they want.
And genuinely, you know, I mean, a lot of things people can say about church, I can agree with, but the
church ain't perfect.
Nah,
you know?
It's not.
And to be honest, any institution, any place where there's human beings, it's not perfect, because we're not perfect.
Imperfect, yeah.
So that's one spell we dispel. We have to just get rid of straight away that we're corrupt anyway. So there's no perfect institution. There's no perfect place where humans dwell. There just isn't. And the church comes in with that. So I suppose it's being real about that and how we share that, and how we bring it across in a way that people can relate to. Because I think a lot of people just can't relate to church anymore. Because we've got this image of it. And even I struggle with it, and I'm a reverend, you know, but there's this image of church that is just wrong. So.
True. And it's about the image of Christ, really, it's what it boils down to, you know. So, guys, I would say, watch your space. We're going to take over Insta video and Instagram. We're going to take over the video. We're coming back, because I know we've been quiet on the video viewpoint for a while now, in terms of GR360. Remember, uncuts and different things was coming out a lot with, but now we want to come into a new season where we're stepping up levels in terms of production, but also in content that we're bringing across, whether it's from talking real talk with people in the community to real talk about our faith. So watch your space, man.
Yeah.
All right,
it's gonna be fun.